Let's do this thing. What's up, everyone? My name's AJ Rice Crypto. Been experimenting with the new intro song. Shout out to my boy Luca Miliano. Low key, he's one of the best producers in LA. Currently working with Bruno Mars and a handful of other people like the Jonas dude. He's literally done it all, man. And good friend of mine from when I lived in Connecticut. And, he got a deal with Sony like early on. He moved out, and every time I go to LA a lot, so we stay in touch. And, of course, I dished out the big bucks to get some beats from him for the channel. And that is one of them right there. And I absolutely love that song. And the other one, that trap beat, is him too. I got a couple other ones, been kind of systematically pushing them out. But big shout out to Luca Miliano, man. What a G. What a G. Dude, there is so much going on right now. I feel like I pulled 1,000 news stories, and I want to get into the charts as well, because everything is pumping like crazy. Like, are we talking new all time this week, everybody? Maybe I should put a poll in the chat. Where is the plus button? Start a poll. New BTC ATH this week? Question mark. Start poll. All right, let's see what y'all think. Are we gonna have a new Bitcoin all-time high this week? I'm kind of leaning towards the yes. To be honest with you, I think we're gonna keep ripping. Well, that comes with a caveat. It comes with a caveat because basically, what is happening right now is there's been a little bit of a shift towards the possibility of the Ethereum ETF getting approved, which is like, I don't know, goes against everything they've done the past couple of years. The whole Operation Choke Point 2.0, the coordinated attack against crypto to suppress crypto, from the XRP case to the Wells notices to Binance CZ going down, even to Coinbase, Gary not like kind of going against Patrick McHenry, not even answering his question if Ethereum is a security or not. They're even going after Uniswap, went after Robinhood. They're going to go after Robinhood and a month later approve an Ethereum ETF. That's what got me scratching the back of my head. It goes against everything they've done. But now there seems to be a shift in the sentiment that maybe they will approve it. So hard to tell. I'm going to get into all that here in a little bit. Big shout out to everybody in the chat, from Skittles McFly, Bootyhead, Chicken Salad, Chauncey Peppertooth, New York Nick, JC, Kimi Mookie. Big shout out to all you. I see a lot of you got with your stars there. Make sure you become a member of the channel, a member of the Grogger Gang. Only $3 a month. We're going to do an extra live stream that's only technical analysis, no news, no nonsense, no nothing. TA charts, going over all the charts. We did that week for the Telegram group, going over the win, losses, my own trades, everything. And then we'll give out more positions in that group. So if you're on the fence of joining the Telegram group, make sure you become a member of the channel and watch those additional live streams. I think I'm going to do them Friday, because those are really going to be an insight, and those are mandatory for everyone in the Telegram group to watch those live streams, as they it will be like an open Q&A type thing like that. So yeah, big shout out to VeChain. Can you do a VeChain price prediction? MJ7, it is coming. The script is written. I'm probably going to film it this week and put it out next week, because next week I don't know how consistently I will be live streaming next week, as I'll be in Maryland for Memorial Day weekend with the family. And then after that, I'm going to Consensus. Giovanni Kurtzel, I think he put 4 or 5 times the chat. Oh, the sound is bad on the Hedera video. Okay. So I know it's not the best. What happened is that I have this road thing. Okay. And what happened was I was plugged into my phone, but the microphone kept switching between my phone microphone and this, and I don't know why. And that was the 3rd time we shot that video because of other technical reasons we had. And my editor edited it, and it was kind of like we reshoot the entire thing, re-edit the entire thing, or put out what we have. And to be honest, after filming it that many times, I was just at the point where like it's not that bad. Like you can still watch the video. It's not the end of the world. I did, put it in the description that I apologize for the it's not the end of the world to me. I know what happened. I would rather put the content out there than go through the whole process again. So it is one of those deals where it's like, so there is no join button by your name. There certainly should be a join button by my name. Maybe re-update your YouTube app. I know I have about 30 or 40 signups already just from the past couple days. So it is what it is. But yeah, if VeChain hits $1, I'll get a VeChain tattoo. Well, I said that about Hedera hitting $3. I actually do want to talk about my Hedera price prediction for a minute here. I'm also, so $1 VeChain, get a V. $3 HBAR, get an H. I guess $4 Algorand, get an A. $5 Cardano, get another A. I'm trying to spell a big word here, everybody. but yeah, I will certainly put that down. And I do want to talk about my Hedera price prediction here really quick before, there are a lot of news stories, got a lot of charts today. Probably going to go over on the stream a little bit today because Ben's not streaming. So I'm not stepping on his toes by doing a longer stream and kind of really going through everything in my head. So first off, Hedera price prediction, like I said, we put a lot of effort into that script. I rewrote it a couple times. Like that was like one of the most effort I ever put into a video on this channel. That was kind of like that's the standard I need to be doing every time. I do appreciate the videos where I have everything up and I just do it on my computer and go through everything. And those are fine. But obviously when you script it out and, rehearse the lines and deliver, it's a better video. I mean, that's for sure. So although it's way more time consuming, especially with a 2-man team. So, and there's that. You have to join on desktop, said Brandon McLean. That checks out. Yep. So guys, make sure you're joining, becoming a member. But so the process of the video was a lot. That's one. But that needs to be the standard for those videos because obviously they perform a lot better than other videos on the channel. And I would definitely want to make sure that obviously next time the audio is a lot better for the VeChain one. But what I will say is that a lot of people kind of gave me crap for my personal target. That really seemed to be a problem with everybody. So basically what I said was at the very minimum, I expect $1.20, $1.20. And from where we are now, if you really look at tokenomics situation, where the market cap is now, where the price is now, Hedera getting to $1.20, guys, that's no joke. That is no joke. If Hedera went to $1.20, that's big, guys. Like that's I do want to, let's just do this really fast. Go to coin perspective here. I know you can't see it yet, but you will here in a second. All right, so share this tab instead. Pull this up. All right, so here's coin perspective. So we do have to anticipate the supply moving up a little bit. There is no hard schedule. There's no schedule at all. The rest of the supply, so the remaining 29% of the supply is up to the discretion of the council, period. It's actually interesting if you look at even this year, it went like 31, 32, 35, like jumped really big because they did that big allocation to accelerate the ecosystem. So I'm estimating that we'll be at around 38 billion HBAR by the time we get to all-time highs. That is an estimation. There's nothing to go off of other than I think it's going to take longer. They're not going to rush to get all 50 out. Why would they? That's the leverage they have to accelerate the ecosystem. Very similar to Algorand. I don't think Algorand is going to be in a hurry to put out the remainder of theirs too, because that's the last of the leverage they have. That's very big. Okay, especially because they want to focus grants. They want to focus that the projects that they want being built on the ecosystem get all the help they can get, right? So that selection process now becomes a lot more serious. All right, that's where I'm coming from there. So 38 billion supply estimation for HBAR to 10x to get $1.09 would be a $41.3 billion market cap. Guys, it's only 4.4 billion right now. $1.09. That is insane. Just for a flat dollar, 38 billion. Guys, from 4.4 to 38 billion dollars. That is insane, especially when you realize that Hedera, its all-time high market cap, is only in the sevens. It's only in the sevens. All right. And of course, the tokenomics situation, as I explained in the video back in 2021, how, you know, a bunch more coins came into the supply during the bull run, separated at Hedera's market cap all-time high from its price action all-time high, which was super untimely. But my point here is that now the worst is behind us in terms of tokenomics, but there's still 29% left to go. We don't have a timeline on that. And even if it went up to 38 from where it is now, a $1 H bar is 38 billion. So my lowest target at 45.6 billion from right here at 38. That's a lot, guys. Like, a lot of people gave me shit about, oh, it's going to $10. It's going. I'm like, dude, do you realize like how much money that is just for H bar to get to $1.20? Like, I'm being for real. But you know, there is the narrative where everything works out. Administration change, Gary gets fired, Jerome Powell slashes interest rates, RWA narrative takes over. I mean, with Hedera's governing council, and what you guys have to realize about Hedera is that it's an institutionally attractive blockchain. Institutionally, it is dead sexy. It's carbon negative. Like, you know, a lot of that has a lot to do with why the governing council has the names that it does, because like those companies would get rocks thrown at them if they backed proof of work projects because of the electricity consumption. Like I said, you know, how many million times more electricity Bitcoin uses compared to Hedera. So institutionally, it's going to get attracted. It's going to attract investors. So there is that upside there where it could get to 100 billion, 200 billion market cap. And of course, that would dramatically affect the price. That is possible. You know, maybe I'm thinking next bull market, you know, even for $5 H bar, but it's not impossible. And at the end of the day, a lot of people gave me a lot of shit for saying that, you know, a 74 cent, 76 cent H bar is my personal target. Well, I think those are the people that are being unrealistic. And I have seen what happens to people that don't go into a bull run with realism in their minds. What happens is people get a number stuck in their head. Last Bitcoin bull run, 100K, 100K, it's coming, 100K. And it went to 60 something. And it went back to 50. Oh, it'll go back up. Went to 40. It'll go back up. And then we went all the way down. You know why? Because all these people had this unrealistic number stuck in their head. That did not happen. Didn't come. Didn't happen. And I don't want people to be stuck on a number when they're sitting on a 7X or a 6X or an 8X. You know what I mean? It's really more like, and not to mention when you look into GON theory, like in terms of, okay, Kenny, can you provide more detail where you derive the 76 cent exit point? I'm not a mooner, but curious for TA aspect. Well, Kenny, if you remember in the video, I did. If you remember in the video, I pulled a GON fan from the bottom to the top, and it had a range of Q4 from 32 cents to 36 cents on the lower band of the GON fan, and 64 cents to 70 cents on the top fan of the GON fan. So I'm thinking that if it wicks above the GON fan, 74. So I actually really took GON theory into account when I picked my personal target. And guys, for if you get a 6X in crypto and you're really not, you got to take profits up the hill, guys. What happens is people get a number stuck in their head, and if that number doesn't come, they never sell. And those are the people that just ride it right to the bottom. So it's just like, man, like I'm not riding it to the bottom. If I 6X and sell 75% of my bag and it goes to the moon, whatever, dude, whatever, because I achieved my goal. That's what matters. Is my personal goal. And I think everyone needs to kind of sit down with each coin they hold and say, all right, what's a realistic target for this? What's a realistic target for that? And do the math that way. So, and what happens is that people end up buying. Someone emailed me a portfolio yesterday, 30 coin portfolio. And I'm like, all right, man, like that's cool, but are you going to manage those coins? Do you have an exit scenario for every coin? Like, are you going to properly manage that portfolio? Probably not. And I'm telling you guys, like it's really easy to buy crypto. It's really easy to buy crypto. Just keep throwing it at it. But it's not easy to sell crypto, because you get that feeling like, oh, I'm missing out. I could get more out of this. And for me, it's actually become a lot easier for me to sell crypto, because mainly all the things I do, I get paid in crypto. And for me to pay my rent, for me to, buy clothes or eat food or go grocery shopping or the things I need for my life, I have to sell my crypto all the time. So, for that, it actually makes it a lot easier for me to be like, okay, let's be realistic here, rather than just throwing it into this, imaginary number in my head. The problem is that a lot of people will just end up throwing money at it, and never selling it because they don't, So that's just a lesson that, people are going to give me crap for my personal target. That's fine, but at least I know I'm going to sell. At least I know that there will be money walked away with at this point. All right, now I got a portfolio in here from my guy Lee F. Let me screenshot that bad boy. All right. My dude Lee F. One of the mods in the house. Big shout out to my guy Lee. Let me make sure I screenshot that. Add to photos. Pull this over. All right. Got that on the sidelines there, Lee. So I'll do those at the end of the show. All right, sweet. Let me scroll on down. I also got another one from Crypto Junkie. Let me screenshot this, and then I'll move on. I got a lot of news stories for you guys today. Yeah, I'm selling on the way up. Dimple Paul, that's the idea, bro. That's the idea. And like, guys, it's not like you're not going to have exposure at all for, the insane blow off top. Like for the, obviously if you sell on the way up, you're still going to have coins in your bag that go to the very top. You know what I mean? And let's be honest, no one's going to nail the top. No one. I don't give a shit what anyone tries to tell you about what they called or what they didn't call. No one actually called the top. No one actually called the bottom. Go back and watch the videos and watch the live stream of the day anyone says they called the top on the day of the top. They weren't sitting there telling you it was the top. Okay. So they were sitting there telling you 100K. So it's like, it's a really about being realistic. And what my point here, guys, is that crypto is a goal-based, goal-oriented thing. And a lot of people get caught up in the bullshit that everyone wants to tell them. They kind of like, I could come out here and say, yeah, H bar is going to go $7 to $10, and everyone would have been like, yeah, and everyone would have freaked out. But at the end of the day, that would be me lying to my audience. I'm not about to lie to my audience, because then you guys are going to sit around, wait for a $7 H bar. It only goes to $1.20. It turns around, and then I'm always going to keep it so real with you guys. I'm going to keep it so real. And that's what I would want if I was watching someone that's saying, hey, like, nothing wrong with a 6x. There's nothing wrong with multiplying your all of your money by 6. Like, guys, come on now. All right. Shout out to my guy, Ricky Burris. Make sure you smash the likes, guys, if you haven't already. I really, really would appreciate it. All right. I have so many stories to go through here. Let's let's just start at the top. I'm going to just run through some headlines and some stories I'm going to stay on. All right. Injective accelerates token burn, gets boost from market recovery. Injective tokens have a low flow, but trying to compensate by destroying some of the supply. The 150th INJ burn is said to happen on May 22nd, which is tomorrow. About 322,000 worth of INJ will be burned. If you're an INJ holder, my advice would be to really look into see what percentage of the supply gets burned every year. and really do the math on that. I don't personally hold INJ. Actually, excuse me, I hold like $1,000 of it, but I don't know the whole deal there. So I did want to bring that to your attention. Did not mean to click that. Okay, I did that thing again. Really quick, let's go over the prices here. Bitcoin, guys, this is, let me get a fresh refresh, 70,200. This is really good, guys. This is exactly what I wanted to see when we were talking about my worries about the structure. Oh, I did not mean to zoom in that hard. I mean, this is what we wanted to see. The Bitcoin structure is looking way bullish. All right, it's good to see Solana wake up. Ethereum 3,700. It was a big deal yesterday when it hit 35. It kept going. And that is the hope of this ETF, which we'll look at here in a little bit. Dogecoin 16. Guys, a coin that I bought, Shiba. Man, I bought a bunch of Shiba. I think it's going to pump. I don't think it's a long-term hold, but I think it's a quick flip. And I'm up. I'm up on it. That's for sure. Near still chilling around $8. That one still hasn't really woke up. And you'll notice, guys, there are a handful of alts like Pepe. Pepe totally went off. Then NVIDIA of crypto, they're calling it Render. Then NVIDIA of crypto almost to 11. That is one that you need to be looking at. Obviously, Hedera is one you need to be looking at. And people forget how close Hedera is to Render, man. People put Render like in the same place in their minds where they put Near. No, H-bar is very close. I wonder if H-bar will finish the bull run of in front of Render. That would be really interesting. The graph, 34 cents. Let's go. Let's go. Actually bought a little bit more the past couple of days at like 30, 31. I'm glad I did that. Arweave, $44. Dogwif has just been nothing. Everything's been pumping. Dogwif has not. Very interesting. But, there's still been a lot of scalp trades on it. VeChain, still below 4 cents. Would love to see VeChain wake up. Phantom fighting at 90 as expected. Pyth still is just kind of hanging. The supply thing happened, and it's just sitting there. So, nothing too crazy. Kind of interesting. Algorand back above 19. This is very good. Very good to see Algorand at 19 as there was support resistance at 17. And remember, once it crossed 18, our target was actually 1916. So actually look at that here in a little bit. I do want to take a quick look at the gainers and the losers, and then we'll run back to the stories. And I have a lot of charts for you all as well. Guys, make sure you smash the like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I really want to get to 14,000 here. We're getting closer. All right, Lido DAO, top leader, past 24 hours. Pepe right behind it, both above 30%. Bonk up 27. Uniswap woke up. Arbitrum, Ethereum 20%. Really look, it's all Ethereum. It's all Ethereum, like staked Ether, wrapped ETH, Rocket Pool ETH, Arbitrum, Uniswap, Bonk, Pepe, all on Ethereum. The entire Ethereum ecosystem woke up. Even Ethereum Classic up 15.3%. Aave up 12%. That's awesome to see that. Avalanche back to $40. Finally, Avalanche was freaking me out there for a little while. It didn't move at all. I like Avalanche, but I think it's going to be a solid performer, but there is a ceiling to how many X's you'll get by holding it, considering how large the market cap already is. If a coin's in the top 20, there has to be some sort of like realism on how many X's it can actually put up. The smallest winner is Singularity Net and Mantle, both up 10.7. That is absolutely amazing. This is what we want to see. Arweave actually down, Phantom actually down, but those actually kind of led out and pumped first. Phantom was pumping way before everything else woke up based off the Sonic upgrade. So it does make sense. Phantom has come back down just a little bit. But obviously, guys, so, when it comes to what I really want you guys to think about, I don't care if you're targeting Bonk, Pepe, Arbitrum, Ethereum, something on the exchanges that has liquidity. Go to Phemex. Look at what coins have real liquidity if you're doing large trades. And I want you to realize that all these coins are up 20, 30%. I'm actually thinking about putting in a short order, like right below like a certain support resistance level, in case the Ethereum ETF gets denied. When the price starts shooting down, it'll pick up my short and fall. That's kind of what I'm thinking, because we got all these things up 20%, 20%, 20%. I mean, even if they there's a chance they could fall right back down to where they were. There's a chance they could fall 10, 15%. I think this is going to be a news-based thing. So I kind of think, finding a certain level and setting up that order to go short once it comes down and hits a certain level. I mean, let's look into that on the charts for sure. But I think that there is a kind of bonsai possibility of a trade based off of how far all of these things went. I also like to look at the 1 hour to see what's moving right now. Gala's waking up. It did get punished the other day. XRP. Wow, XRP at 55. Guys, look, it's alive, everybody. It's alive. A lot of things, Athena moving. Pepe down 4%. Floki 3%. Lido Bonk. So a lot of the big winners are losing a little bit of steam here. That's really no surprise. A lot of coins down 1 to 4% just this hour. So definitely keep that in mind. All right. Let's rip through these stories. U.S. House set to vote on advanced crypto regulation bill. The framework to separate crypto securities from commodities. Not everyone supports FIT 2.1. This bill is a game changer. The too long didn't read. In this house, the U.S. House is set to vote on the FIT 2.1 bill, aiming to ease cryptocurrency regulation. FIT 21 distinguishes whether the SEC regulates digital assets as securities or commodities by the CFTC based on blockchain decentralization. The bill introduces stricter consumer protections, including segregation of funds and limitation on sales volumes. What? What? The U.S. House of Representatives is about to vote on a piece of legislation, the Financial Innovation Technology for the 21st Century Act. This legislation could have significant ramifications for the blockchain industry. I don't want to read this entire story because there's a lot to it, and I have a lot of other stories to get to. But basically, this bill classifies blockchain as decentralized if, among other requirements, no person has unilateral authority to control the blockchain or its usage, and no user or affiliated person has control of 20% or more of the digital asset or the voting power of the digital asset. So there's kind of setting up parameters for what it means to be decentralized, and things will be regulated accordingly. Guys, I did read this morning. There are a couple more details in this thing that what I'm going to do here. I'm going to copy and I'm going to paste this into the chat because y'all need to read this, but I also have to keep the show rolling, and I don't like when I read an entire story. Remember, Render is the NVIDIA of crypto. That's what they're calling it. And if you know anything about the stock market, it getting that name is pretty crazy. And I feel like these kind of headlines, when stock market people see something being called the NVIDIA of crypto, this is something that would make them say, oh shit, I need to get a Coinbase and buy Render. So guys, keep a close eye on Render. I'm telling you, if you don't have any exposure to it, I think you should have at least a little bit. Let me pull that out. Cancel. Solana next in line for spot ETF approval after Ethereum. All right, so this is already a part of the conversation. I'm not even going to read any of this story because the headline is the story. Now the conversation becomes, and this is what I've always said, Bitcoin getting an ETF, that's one thing, because Bitcoin's always been in like a league of its own, but it's no secret. But if Ethereum gets an ETF, the floodgates smash open, because then it comes into, Solana, what about XRP? What about Avalanche? What about Cardano? What about HBAR? What about a basket? I mean, dude, it opens the door wide open. And I really think that kind of buying, some of the projects that actually have the ability to become an ETF in the next 2 years isn't a bad idea. Not a bad idea. Hey AJ, a Jasmie price prediction, please. Well, I have a friend who actually went to kindergarten with, one of my really good friends, who made a shitload of money on Jasmie, who knows everything there is to know about it. He knows Jasmie like I know Algorand and HBAR and VeChain and the graph. And I'm going to do a video with him, and I think we might mix a price prediction into the video. to be honest. I do like Jasmie. He's totally turned me on to it. In terms of a pick that is like a riskier pick, that is, right on the cusp of, it's just inside the top 100. Actually, I stand corrected. Jasmie is now at 102. Yesterday it was at 97. All right. And guys, like, so we're just outside the top 100. We're under $1 billion in market cap. Circulating supply 48.4 billion out of a 50 max supply. Amazing tokenomics situation. Amazing tokenomics. Under $1 billion market cap, and it has a community. It's really tied into like Japan and all, dude. I'm not even going to attempt to talk about what Jesse told me. I'm going to have Jesse come on the show, and we're going to make a Jasmie video because I actually like this project. When people ask me for like, oh, I want something that has like really crazy pumpamentals, like something that can really pump, because people realize like Avalanche can only go so far. Solana can only go so far. Like, they can pump. Don't get me wrong. Solana's gonna rip. But like, these are the kind of coins that are, below $1 billion. That, if Solana added 20 billion to its market cap, it wouldn't change that much. If this adds 20 billion to its market cap, everyone's rich. And that's the kind of things I want to target, especially for the audience, to have some exposure to. I'm not saying put your own entire portfolio in Jasmie, but I'm saying that these are the kind of coins that you want to target if you're really trying to put the numbers on the board. And man, I certainly am. But yeah, big shout out to this project. I really like where they stand. I think there's a lot there. Yeah, so Solana might be next in line. Hopefully, you never know. I really think that opens up Pandora's box. Also interesting about Solana, the Phantom wallet is at the top of the list in App Store charts. That is actually extremely interesting. Rose to number 3 in Apple's utility category in the United States. It's not Ethereum, guys. It's not Ethereum. It's has 7 million monthly active users in April. This is what you want to see. This is like an adoption conversation is what this is. And it's interesting that it's happening on Solana. I think there's a lot there. I think targeting Solana ecosystem right now is a very smart move. I still think Pyth is going to wake back up. Once the tokenomic situation settles down in a week or so, I think Pyth, Jupe, Whiff, I think they're all going to wake up big time. I have my eyes glued to those charts. I don't really want to. Okay, so I will touch on this for a minute. Ripple versus SEC. It's interesting how the Ethereum ETF deadline is coming as the final court filing, as judge prepares decision for the final stage of the XRP versus SEC battle. With court set to decide on key issues impacting future of cryptocurrency regulation. The showdown reached a critical juncture. SEC's recent court filing marks the final submission before Judge Annalisa Torres, New York, on the remedies of the phases of the case. I'm trying to find what the one line that I read this morning. The common law right of public access to judicial documents is deeply rooted in our nation's history. Of course, they're saying that. Why the SEC agrees to seal 5 exhibits. So it's kind of about like, what they're keeping underneath. Of course they say this. They say this and they say, oh, but there's still 5 things we're not going to show you. That's hilarious. Ripple invites the public to judge the SEC stance. It cannot simultaneously conceal the evidence supporting that stance. Exactly. It's 100% a contradiction. The SEC is nothing new. They want their cake and they want to eat it too. As Judge Torres prepares the rules, the crypto industry watches closely. The stakes are high, with the SEC proposing fines and penalties around $2 billion, while Ripple suggests a maximum penalty of just $10 million. The final step before Judge Torres' decision is for Judge Knepper to determine whether Andrea Fox is a summary or expert witness, which could further complicate the case. I honestly, guys, I really stopped following this closely a long time ago. I stopped following this closely a long time ago because it feels like it never ends. And as much as I like XRP, I hold a couple thousand in XRP, and I like XRP. I like what XRP represents more than I like actually XRP. I like the XRP community more than I actually like XRP. But I do really feel bad for like the diehard tribal people that missed out on this entire year stuck in XRP. And I would really like to see it turn around. I'd like to see it do what it's supposed to do. But man, like, guys, like, there's so much more to crypto than one coin. There's so much more to crypto than one coin. Am I a fan of coins? Yeah, I love VeChain. I love Algorand. I love HBAR. I love the Graph. Yeah, I love Cardano. That's fine. But like, I'm not like a tribal person. I'm not like the person that's like, oh, like, what about this coin? And I hate that shit. I hate it. And it's just like, guys, like, it's such a big space. There's so much money to be made. And for you to put all your eggs into one basket is just a rookie move, dude. Such a rookie move. All right. So this is kind of the talk of the town right now. Talk of the town. The change the SEC wanted has arrived. The Fidelity spot updated Ethereum ETF application. That's interesting. They updated their S1 filing. Of course that they won in on this action. There's nothing to it other than they updated the application. And why is that important? So hold on. Where's the story that I had yet? All right. So I talked about this yesterday. I was in a Mario Nafal space. Big shout out to my homie Mario. Excited to meet him in person. In Consensus. Very excited to meet Mario in person at Consensus. I've been working for him, doing the spaces and everything for I don't know, 6 months now. It's pretty cool. Big fan of him. And I was on one of those spaces yesterday. It was a massive space, by the way. And this story came out that the ETF filing process sees abrupt progress, though not approval guaranteed. The exchanges are being asked to update their 19B4 filings on an accelerated basis by the United States SEC. So exchanges are being asked to update their 19B filings on a accelerated basis by three familiar people to a situation told CoinDesk, suggesting that they may be moving to approve these applications ahead of the key deadline this Thursday. Could it come today, tomorrow? Hard to tell. It doesn't mean they will be authorized, and would-be issuers also need their S1 applications approved before the products could begin trading. The SEC could take an indefinite amount of time to approve the S1 documents, as it's not tied to a deadline. And that kind of goes back to Fidelity has updated its S1 filing, which has to get approved. So, I think it is interesting how much the cards seem to be aligning. It's kind of insane. And to really see so many headlines popping up, like SEC preparing to approve Ethereum ETFs. I mean, that's a bold fucking statement right there. That's a bold statement. The SEC requested corrections to the filings from NASDAQ and CBOE on Monday. They claim sources that the SEC may be ready to approve ETFs. Maybe is the keywords there. It's kind of in the air. This is kind of like one of those examples of like crypto really anticipating something. This makes me nervous, is what it does. This makes me nervous. I'm not going to lie. It seems too good to be true. It seems too good to be true. Could they, this is what tears me up, is that it makes the sense that Bitcoin got an ETF because they can control Bitcoin to some degree. But Ethereum is like the beating heart of DeFi. And like Ethereum, as it exists, stable coins and everything that the legacy system doesn't like about crypto is Ethereum. And is this like their attempt to control it? Like, you see my point? But at the same time, that doesn't make any sense because like all these things are built on Ethereum. And people will always be able to use DeFi. Like DeFi is a global thing, right? Like it's confusing. I don't see why the sudden change. I am worried that if it gets denied, things are going to plummet, and this big pump up could be a local top. That's what I'm worried about. At the same time, the thing you expect the least is the most likely outcome. That's always been the case with crypto. But what I'm saying is that the approval of the Ethereum ETF goes against everything they've done. All the effort, all the taxpayer dollars, all the cases, all the fucking Wells notices, all of that means nothing if they just approve of an Ethereum ETF. It does not make sense, Gary Gensler. You're confusing me. My brain hurts, bro. You're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me. They will wait for BlackRock in August. That's facts. They removed staking from the ETF. Of course they have. See, that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Hold on. What are you saying, Ogre? Just dug into Phantom, the Sonic upgrade. You'll be able to swap Phantom for a new coin which arises. It will run parallel until Phantom is depreciated. I have a link to an interview with the CEO. I'll try. Okay, yeah. Send me that, Ogre, whenever you can. The U.S. wants to play hardball, but they can't mess with Tether. They're a top 10 buyer of U.S. Treasuries. Facts. See, that checks out. That checks out. What if it was all a show to keep the price of ETH down so the cronies could get in? Hey, that's possible too. I got a $5 super chat from Brandon Valdovinos. Let me screenshot this bad boy. Yeah, guys, I'm not gonna lie. This whole Ethereum, the whole time, I'm talking for the past couple of months now. It's just been it's been such common knowledge that the Ethereum ETF was getting denied. It seems like such second nature that it's not going to happen. And then to see the sudden shift in the market pump, and like, if I don't have a crystal ball, I would love to see it happen, but I'm not going to beat this up. I've been talking about it forever. I do have a bunch of charts I want to get into. I'm going to run through a couple, and I'm going to spend a little bit of time. Then we'll do some portfolios. First thing first, I'm wearing the shirt today. Got to talk about it. Shout out to the ALGO fam. I do have to say the damn Twitter space with Mark was supposed to be Thursday. It got pushed till I don't know when, but it's probably going to happen before the 30th. But I have to reschedule that. So I am super bummed about that. Because with my week next week in consensus, it actually kind of not the best. I wish that didn't happen, but I can't control everyone else's schedule. I'm a very busy man, being the CMO at Algorand. So the interview is happening. I still am going to be the first person to interview him. It's just a matter of when it's happening. So I did want to say that. I haven't said that yet. I will change it on Twitter. All right. So Algorand has woken up. It has been ranging between, this kind of the 16 cent support resistance level, the level, and this 19 level. It's been stuck in like 20% range for the past 40 days, basically. Well, actually, that's not true. It has gone above that, but the most of it has been in this box here. Okay. So it has broken out of the downtrend. I'm going to change this to yellow because this blue isn't bright enough for me. It has broken out of the downtrend. Since breaking out of the downtrend, it did go and fight this 18 cent level here. Since then, has woken up, and since then has gone up, wicked above support resistance. This is the 1917 level I've been talking about, and has been rejected. All right, with bearish divergence forming on market cipher 12 minute. All right, so guys, what we really want to see here, we want to have this 1917 alarm set. In case it bounces off EMA and turns around, could bounce off 200 EMA and turn around. If you really want to get into the nitty gritty, on a scalp level, watching that previous high, it is stuck between support resistance and its previous high right now. A loss of the previous high at 1865, 1866, that would be grounds to look for confluence to go short. So if you're scalping 1917, 1866, let's hope that it gets above 1917, because that really does open up a lot of the upside for that previous value area. We can start talking about this 22 cent level. We can start talking about Algorand moving. But it needs to get above and stay above this kind of like block down here to get back into the old value area. All right. So Bitcoin, really quick. Big shout out to Andy Philpott for gifting 5 memberships. Y'all are amazing. Guys, I do have, I can look at the POW chart too. No problem. I do have memberships are available now. I'm doing an extra TA only, no nonsense live stream Fridays, probably around 1:30-ish. It is for the Telegram group, but of course anyone can watch it if they want, you know, really like nothing but all the TA I'm looking at, like all the TA I'm looking at. And if you want to get in the Telegram group, but you want to kind of see what it's like, check out those live streams. All right. And for the people that are in the Telegram group, you need to watch those live streams because for everyone who has questions, for everyone who like wants attention and wants certain things answered, wants things explained better to them, you know, wants more insight, you know, I will spend, you know, a half hour of every one of those streams talking directly to the chat. So, you know, all the questions, Q&As, all the charts, all my trades, that is going to be on Friday. I'm going to say at 1:30. Make sure you join up. I think you can only sign up if you have a desktop. All right. It's only $3 a month, Marsh. It's only $3 a month. All right. But that's a break the bank. All right. Bitcoin. Local high, 72, just under 72, 71.98. So rejected 72. And now, you know, this has become support resistance this has been support resistance. I was looking at the too small of a time frame. If you guys look at how many touches, you know, Bitcoin has had here at, you know, 69, we really, so this is kind of the point I made yesterday on Mario's show, is that look at every time Bitcoin gets above this level. All right. So the first time it only lasted 4 days. This time it was 1 day and 22 hours. And then it actually went down again. Another 2 days. It like got it, lost it, got it, lost it, got it, lost it 3 times, which was like a day or 2 each time. And then another, you know, so it doesn't really, my point here is that it does not spend time above this level. This level has been a means to an end every time. And here we are. All right. So there's that. I also really want you to consider that, you know, these pink lines, this uptrend here, you know, that is the new uptrend, that new structure that we have been looking for with Bitcoin putting in higher lows and higher highs. So Bitcoin could actually fall, you know, to this line and still technically be in an uptrend. That will come into play eventually because it always does. So right now, the story is really 69.9. Let me scoot this bad boy over. 69.9 is the level we need to hold now that we got above it. And obviously, when you zoom in, the local high at 72, this local high right under 72, needs to be what we need to break. All right. So it is kind of that simple. We did close below the 50 on the 12-minute. So, you know, I think a test at 69, a test at support resistance is also a test of the 200 EMA. So, that's what I'll be watching for. To be fair, you know, since America woke up really the past 4 hours, Bitcoin has been falling, which has translated to all it's kind of losing some of those gains too. It sounds like the Asian market had a good time last night. So, guys, keep an eye on this. Keep an eye on this idea, how long Bitcoin lasts above this level. It hasn't lasted more than 4 days yet. So what needs to happen is that getting above this needs to be the norm. This needs to be the new thing. And keep in mind, Bitcoin all-time high around 73, you know, not even 74, you know. So keep a close eye on Bitcoin all-time high as well. I really hope that there will be a new Bitcoin all-time high this week. Also, keep in mind, we do have a poll. I'm going to end the poll. 69% yes says that, you know, Bitcoin all-time high will happen this week. 69% of you said yes. 69. All right. Why is this freaking me out? All right, sorry. This yeah, my chat was going a little bonkers there for a second. It's a 50-50 right now with Ethereum. Yeah, I do appreciate you. Guys, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I would really appreciate it. Get back in the algorithm. You guys rock. Amazing. All right, let's keep it rolling. I'm not going to go through every chart right now, but I have a handful I really want to talk about, and there are big reasons for that. All right, so guys, this chart here, I'm going to be honest with you. in the Telegram group, Phantom has been one of the biggest winners. I gave y'all this bearish divergence last night. That was one of my biggest concerns. All right, when it comes to Phantom, I did see this coming. I did see this coming in the past since that top to here. So in the past 22 hours, we but lost about 6.5% of the gains. All right, so when you zoom into the 12-minute, you also see the bearish divergence play out on the 12-minute as well. So my point here is this 89.9 level is very important for Phantom. That is an extremely important support resistance level. And if you zoom in over here, it's trying to get above it. It is above it, and it's trying to close above the 50 EMA. All right. So really, you really want to see Phantom try to get like into the 91s and close above, because there is a case for Phantom to go long here, but there's also like the idea that it could kind of range in here and get shut down. So I'm going to be very patient in this range right now. But what I would say is that now that it's in between 89 and 92, if you wanted to take a risky trade from where we are to 92, you can do that. It's worth 2%, but it's not a good look considering things are coming down. I'm actually kind of thinking a break of 89 to come down here is probably more likely. So I would say now that it is in between 89.9 and 92, I would have those alarms set and trade the alarm that goes off. That's what I would do. That is a safe call for Phantom. But as you can see, guys, we have nailed. So, dude, look at this. Look at this. From the break of 84, which I said that I really didn't think it was going to lose this level. It did not lose that level. From the break of that, 15% in 10 hours, fam. 15% in 10 hours. Like, I don't know what else to say. Like, if you guys, all right, the people in the Telegram group that follow, I posted 18 charts. 18 charts in the Telegram group yesterday. The people that are winning consistently every day, there's a group of probably 20 people message me every day with charts, with their positions, with their own alarms. They kind of using what I have with my alarm set and added a couple more things to it. There are a group of about 20 people that follow my Telegram group like the Bible, who set every alarm that I set. And these guys are crushing it. They are crushing it, guys. It's kind of like, how much effort are you going to put into it? That if you want to grab this bull run by the horns and make the most money you can, you have to, like, signing up for the group is one thing, but doing the work in the group is another. And this group does take work. It does take, you have to follow every chart I'm doing, set these alarms, and properly react to the market and use your head. So it's like, I am extremely proud of everyone who is really taking control. And I know that there are people that are lagging behind. There are people that feel like they've missed out. That's not true. There's always another trade. There's always another opportunity. I post setups in there every single day. It's not too late to make the most of this bull run, guys. We're not even close yet. If you want to join the Telegram group, you cannot search for this group on Telegram and find it. If you search for this group on Telegram, you will end up in a scam bot made by someone, not AJ. Okay? There's a lot of them. This is a private group, and the only way you can get into this group is if you send me an email to ajalphagroup@gmail.com. This is a paid group. It's not that expensive. There is a 1-month tryout. It is a paid 1-month tryout, but it's only $42 for 1 month, or $360 for a year. So obviously you're saving a lot of money by doing the monthly packages. There's a 1-month tryout, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. And I'm extremely proud of everyone who has been taking this seriously and that has been nailing trades every single day. You all know who you are. You all know who you are. And it is proof to me. It is proof to me that my strategy works, that being vigilant, reacting to the market is obviously much better than guessing. It's proof to me that the people that take control of it and say, all right, what do I have to do? How do I take the, how do I do this correctly? Just follow the instructions. Just take it that seriously, because the people that are all crushing their trades, crushing. So guys, ajalphagroup@gmail.com, send me an email. If you feel like you're missing out, if you feel like you haven't made what you want to make in crypto, I can assure you that I can help you get to where you want to go. I've already been doing it for like well over 100 people now. So, big shout out to Marsh, big shout out to Ogre. I know a handful of you guys are in there as well. And Ogre, send me a message. I don't know how well you've been doing. I haven't talked to you since that one time we chatted a little while ago. Guys, this isn't the Shiba chart that I posted in the group. I kind of wanted to keep that one separate, but I did want to say that, it was this kind of come up. I did see this play out from this support resistance level here. And that's kind of what I was looking at. I did say, late last week, even on the live stream Sunday, that I bought some Shiba, and I've been buying a little bit more. I think, guys, that I think this thing's going to move, because when you really zoom out on it, there was that idea with support resistance. When you really zoom out on this thing, if you kind of like eliminate that part of the triangle and kind of come across like this to get the most touches as you can kind of see that it would kind of be like more like that, really. All right. You can kind of get behind the breakout of like this large, and with lower highs, we're kind of technically talking about a pennant here. But we can get behind this breakout. And you also, when you zoom in on the 2 hour, you can see that we did have a bull cross. I wonder, do we have a bull cross on the 4 hour? Yep, we are bull crossing the 4 hour on Shiba right now. It actually just happened. It just happened. Let me zoom in so you can see it. All right. Bull cross 4 hour. Shiba Inu right there. Boom. I feel like in the top 20 coins, this is going to be probably a top 5 mover in the top 20 coins. I can completely get behind that. And if you look at, I don't know, the last time Shiba had a bull cross on the 4 hour, you feel me? This thing moves, guys. This thing moves like big time. Like this thing, face melting pump. 376% in 8 days. 8 days. And there's more in the tank. This is what this thing does. Like, look how this thing moves in the past. All right. Like, look how on the daily chart, how it kind of popped up, it stuttered and ripped. All right. So let's kind of zoom into the anatomy of that, right? Let's just go into the 4 hour so we don't go down. Oh man, this is gonna take forever. Oh, I'm coming for you. Okay. So let's zoom into the anatomy of this. It popped up initially. It had that initial pop-up. All right. It had a triangle. This is very badly drawn just because it's on the daily and I'm zoomed out. And then it broke out of that triangle and went to the damn moon. Okay. Damn. All right. My point here is that here we are. We had our initial pop up. We had a triangle. We broke out of that triangle. Got a bull cross on the 4 hour. Dude, I don't know what else you could ask for. Like, I really don't know what else you could ask for. I think this thing, if you even want to play it safe and go off the break of the previous high, off the 2.8, 2.29, whatever, you could play that game if you want to, but and obviously it could obviously pop out, bleed out, do this before anything. But I think this thing's going to move. I'm just going to come out and say it. Shiba Inu is one to watch without a shadow of a doubt. Really quick here. Okay. That's not the one I wanted. I've still been watching IMX in a very large conditional range, trying to break out. Might get shut down right here. Keep a close eye on IMX. I'm going to save WIF for the Telegram group. I'm going to save that for the Telegram group. That one for the Telegram group. I know I do have a couple portfolio ratings to get to as well. Okay. Interesting. Sorry, I'm looking at a couple of the charts. Let's take a quick look at Ethereum here. Interesting that here's that April high right there. We got above it. Ethereum has got above that level. That was what I was looking at. I still can't believe that this happened. I mean, just from the bull cross on the 2 hour, we're talking 26% in 3 days. I mean, guys, I'm telling you, bull crosses aren't a bad idea. Even when you combine them with like confluence of guys, like if you like draw this trend line here, like, or even cut that out to get the most touches you can, that trend line literally lands right on the bull cross, like just textbook TA. It also, when you consider the Gonfan, which it's in, it came down, literally touched the bottom of the 2-1 and ripped up, where the top of the 2-1 is between like 4,500, 5,000. So, and now that it broke support resistance, we kind of got to have the conversation. Are we going to hold 37.25, which is support resistance? And can we push to local highs? So this is kind of a part of the conversation. The thing is that Ethereum has never in the past moved that fast up the hill. It never went like that before. This is very abrupt. This is the most abrupt price action we've seen in Ethereum in a long time. So zooming in, say 12-minute chart, the April high support resistance does have to come into play here. That level, like I said, is at 37.29, 3729. Set that alarm, and it also was support resistance right there. See, it got rejected from it, then got above it. I would say the loss of this level is big. If you really wanted to play the short game, even the loss of that low at 36.35, 36.32, because obviously, guys, we got a gap in the volume profile that would take it back to this value area. So, in that case, I could get behind a short, which should be a pretty big short, especially in the case if this thing gets denied. But it's hard to kind of front run news like that. I kind of think that if you're going to play the game of I'm going to beat the news, you have to make a decision. You have to make a decision where you're right or you're wrong. And you can set a stop loss, and maybe set a little bit wider stop loss, maybe 4%, 5%, to give yourself some breathing room. But if you think that the news is going to be a big trade, you think the news is going to be a big move, what you do is you make a decision. The ETF is getting approved. The ETF is getting denied, whatever you think it is. And then you say you think the ETF is getting approved. I would say it's at 37 now. I would set, a large leverage order, probably around 38.50 right here. So if it comes up and rips past this, your order will get picked up and you will go up with the market. All right. Or you could say, I think it's going to get denied. I would maybe even go a little bit below this, maybe 3,600, and open up a short order right there. So if it comes down, but your order gets picked up, the market continues to go, because that approval or denial, Ethereum's can move big time. So if you want to front run the news, it's a risky trade. Set a larger width stop loss and be willing to take on more risk. But if you're right, you're right. So that's how I think it's a perfect sell the news scenario too. Just entered a 4x short on ETH. Conviction wins. What's your entry? You just entered it now? Interesting. I don't know if I would have done that until we lost support resistance. You could have got ahead of it. You could have saved yourself, what, 1%? I mean, I hope so, bro. I hope so. I would sacrifice 1% of a trade, even at 10x leverage, for the peace of mind that we lost support resistance. I guess that's just the risk management in me talking too much. All right. I'm going to knock out these 3 portfolios. Please, no more portfolios, everybody. We are running over big time today. But I did have a later start to the show, and Ben is in streaming, so I'm not stepping on his toes. But guys, please make sure you smash the like button if you haven't already. It's the number one thing you can do to help this channel. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you want to take your trading to the next level, guys, join the damn Telegram group. It's an amazing group. We are winning so many trades. I want to help as many people as I can. So I'm going to keep talking about it every show, because this is how I help as many people as possible. This is it. And I'm doing that. And certainly join the group, become a member of the AJ Writes Crypto channel if you want to watch the additional live streams on Friday that are completely TA based, where I will be emptying the clip of my bags in terms of my setups and everything. Shout out to Jonathan Roman. I do appreciate your positivity, bro. I do appreciate it. Lee F entered a 10x short on SHIB. My guy doesn't listen to a damn thing I say. I love it. Zach Kolhemsky, love seeing your journey. Great content. Want to know if you're still bullish on ADA. Is the $10 top still in play? I mean, did I ever say that Cardano was going to $10? I don't remember that. I don't remember saying Cardano is going to $10. Don't think I said that. But if I said that as the top projection, probably not. That's like the moonshot. If I give a range, you have to not expect the top number to come into play. But I am still bullish on Cardano for sure, man. Of course, I'm bullish on Cardano. Like, it's a top 10 pick. It's a top. You have to, like, anything from near ICP above. You have to realize, all right, this coin already has 10, 20, whatever billion in its market cap. It has a limit to how many X's it can put up. All right, so you have to know that. You know what I mean? Like, I am preventing, if I hold this much in this coin, this much money is not going to 12x. This much of my portfolio is not going to 20x. It doesn't have a chance to do it. It's not going to happen. All right, you have to realize that for large cap crypto. All right, and that's okay. For me, I'm a 6, 7x kind of guy. If I 6, 7x, sunset, Lambo, mansion, set. I don't care. That's all I need. So it's one of those deals where you got to just be comfortable with your goal and align your coin selection with your goal. And if your goal is 6 to 8x, Cardano's a great pick. It's kind of more like, I like Cardano more than I like my expectations of Cardano. I like the project. I like Charles. I like all those things, but there is a limit to how far I can go. All right. Shout out to Ogre. All right. Sorry, I was checking out. All right. So here we go. Couple quick portfolio ratings. My newest mod, Lee F. Okay, AJ, here we go. No Lee F. Here we go. I say when we go. Lee. My middle name, ass having mofo. I'm just kidding. My middle name is Lee, though. Shout out to Lee. All right. Okay, AJ, here we go. 230K bag. Lee with the pockets. Bitcoin 31%. 18% Solana, 10 HBAR, 7 Graph, 7 Near, 7 Algo, 7 Bet, 5 ACP, ADA, Ondo, Swede, Doge, 5, 6X from here. Okay, hell yeah. Okay. I don't think Bitcoin's going to 5 to 6X. I don't. Not from here. Bitcoin for me, 150,000, 170,000. Very top projection, 170,000. I'd be fine with 120,000, to be honest with you. So you have to realize that the other 69% of your bag, Lee, has to work overtime to get there. I do want you to be aware of that, but I also understand that you have well over $200,000 and you are playing the protection game as well. So the more you protect, the less X's you have. So you really are putting, you also consider, like, with 18% Solana, I mean, really, about 50% of your bag is top 10 crypto. So you really got to be aware of that. All right. I like all the other picks. I like the distribution. I don't mind the few splashes, especially with that much money. 2% of 230,000. That's a lot of money. Lee, if we can agree that if you eliminate the 6X from your mind and stick to a 4 to 5, if that said 4 to 5X instead of 5 to 6, so same thing, but 4 to 5X, I'm giving you like an 89, a 90. I'm going to say 90. If your goal was a 4 to 5X. At a 5 to 6X, I'm going to have to say like an 82. I really like the distribution. I understand you're playing the protection game, but you are still asking for a lot of multiples with a lot of your bag being top 10. And that's okay, but you have to play the protection game. And that's very important. So I think if you temper those expectations, I don't think Solana is the one you want to move out of. Lee. I mean, people are already talking to Solana ETF right now. Solana's putting numbers up. Phantom's the most third updated wallet on Apple. Uploaded wallet on Apple. Solana's not the one you want to move out of, bro. I like your bag, though. Like I said, with a 4 to 5x goal, I'm going to give you a 90. Good job. Crypto Junkie. AJ, I'm hoping to hit at least 100 CAD value of my holdings. Okay, what you did here, Crypto Junkie, is that you sent me how many of each coin you have. You did that thing where you sent me how many of each coin you have. And what I need here is the percentage breakdown and the goal you want based off of the X's. You can't do that because I don't have a calculator inside my brain, at least not yet. But I did just get off the phone with Elon. I do want one of those neuro chips. But Crypto Junkie, either correctly in the next 5 minutes, type this in, percentage breakdown with X goal, or send me an email and I'll give you a score personally. And here's a man that did it correctly. Brandon Valdovinos. All right. $25,000 port leading with Alchemy Pay. Oh my God. All right. Someone likes to roll the dice. I like it. Oh, he's not leading with Alchemy Pay. He just put that first. Okay. That confused the shit out of me, bro. 14% Alchemy Pay, 12 Jasmie, 25 H-bar. So you're leading with H-bar. Thank God. 10% Algo, 8.5 Link, Solana, 9 ADA, XRP 3, 4 Quant, SHIB 2, Doge 2, 8 to 10x. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty straight, bro. That's pretty straight. Like, I don't really know about Alchemy Pay all that much, to be honest with you. That's not one that's really been on my radar. I don't like that you typed it first. So you're definitely losing some points because you typed that one first. Because if you're leading with H-bar, you type H-bar first, Brandon. Like, come on, dude. So you lost like 3 points because of that. Why hold Shiba and Doge? Question mark. Just pick one. Personally, right now, I'm picking SHIB. Are you holding 3% quant just because you like it? Like, there are splashes that make sense and there's splashes that don't make sense. All right. I do want you guys to understand that. Lief, for example, this portfolio here, when he split, we're talking 230,000. All right. When we're talking 4 ADA, 3 Ondo, 2 Sweet, 1 Doge, those types of splashes, that makes sense because we're talking 230,000. But when we're talking 25,000, oh, I just did that damn thing again, didn't I? One sec. Share screen. Boom. So when we're talking 25,000 and you're splashing 3 XRP, like, why would you hold 3% XRP? Like, so 3% of your bag can do nothing? It's not like that 3, but like, what my point here, Brandon, I'm not trying to beat you up, Brandon. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to beat you up. But my point here is that you want each decision to mean something. You want each decision to, have a point. Holding 3% XRP, you might as well just hold 12% ADA because that will make a difference in a $25,000 portfolio. That's my point. The 4% quant means nothing. The SHIB Doge 2% at $25,000 for 2% doesn't mean much, but 4% of SHIB or 4% of Doge would mean something. So, when you're dealing with $25,000, you want to make sure each hold is significant. Other than that, I don't mind your distribution. I think your goal is a little high, but I also think it's very possible. You do have to realize Chainlink 8, so 17, 26. So about 30% of your portfolio is top 20. Yeah, I think an 8 to 10 is possible with this bag. I need to learn more about Alchemy Pay to really say that, but I also think that it's not a bad distribution. But I also, these little splashes with 25K, it doesn't mean as much. I'm going to give you like an 82. 82. Okay, Crypto Junkie gave the updated in the chat. We'll do him, but I'm just going to read it from the chat, guys, so bear with me. H-bar 53%, ADA 21, Solana 6, Quant 6, XRP nothing like it should be, kidding, 2% Ondo, Render, ICP, VeChain at least 5 to 6x, $20,000 bag. Dude, you're very top heavy in H-bar, and anytime anyone's top heavy into anything, even if it's my favorite coin in crypto, I will always say, hey, be careful. make sure you have a better distribution, even if it's my favorite coin in crypto. So you got to be aware of that. You are very top heavy. Could it pay off? It could, but if anything goes wrong, that's it. That's the point of being diversified. You're taking a big chance, but at least you're taking a big chance on a good coin. But still, you got to know that you have bad distribution, and that will be to blame if anything goes wrong with your bag. Yeah. But the fact that you're asking for a 5 to 6x with that bag says a lot about your level of realism, and that you're good with it, and that's cool. And for that, I'm going to give you like an 85, because even with bad distribution, you're only asking for a 5 to 6x. That's going to happen with that bag. Guys, make sure you join the Telegram group if you haven't already. I'm going to head out. I got a couple videos I got to do. Join, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, become a member like Catherine Ritchie just did. Appreciate each and every one of you. My name is AJ Wrights Crypto. Get rich, don't get wrecked. Have a safe rest of your day. Peace.